The very first day after I moved into the neighborhood, my neighbor Fiona Harper took me to court. She stood in the courtroom sobbing uncontrollably, accusing my son, Lucas Cole, of assaulting her daughter, Daisy Harper. My Daisy just turned 18, and she was ruined by that sick pervert, Lucas. A piece of trash raised without morals like him deserves the death penalty. Her daughter also insisted it was my son. Lucas said if I did not take off my clothes, he would strangle me. I was so scared. The moment those words were spoken, the spectators acting as the jury erupted in righteous fury, angrily demanding severe punishment for my son. Animal. Lucas is nothing but an animal. Punish him harshly. Do not let that demon get away. Then the judge summoned my son to appear in court. Everyone present was stunned into silence. Mrs. Cole, since your beast of a son had the guts to ruin my daughter, why doesn't he dare show his face in court? Don't think you can hide him away and make this disappear. I won't let this go. Lucas Cole deserves the death penalty, and your family must compensate my daughter $2 million in emotional damages. In the courtroom, Fiona Harper glared at me viciously, her eyes filled with such hatred, as if she wanted to peel my skin off and tear me apart. Beside her, her daughter, Daisy Harper, cried softly, tears streaming down her face like falling petals. Her eyes were full of grievance and fear. I looked coldly at the Harpers and repeated the same words. Lucas did not assault Daisy. He could never have assaulted her. If a crime was committed, don't pin it on the wrong person. Do not even think about blaming Lucas. I refused to admit to anything, and Fiona immediately exploded. Impossible? Mrs. Cole, open your damn dog eyes and look at the injuries on Daisy's body. Fiona yanked open Daisy's jacket, revealing shocking bruises all over her skin. Your beast of a son made these bruises. My Daisy is only 18. Daisy trembled as she looked at me, her eyes full of tears. Mrs. Cole, these were all done by Lucas. He even threatened me, saying that if I did not take off my clothes, he would strangle me. I was really scared. Fiona pulled Daisy into her arms and comforted her. The two of them broke down in sobs right there in the courtroom. Meanwhile, as the so-called mother of the perpetrator, I looked on coldly and without emotion. The spectators acting as the jury pointed at me and cursed. Shameless! Her son did something so inhuman, and she still refuses to admit it. Poor Daisy. So young, yet she had to go through something like this. It will haunt her for the rest of her life. The waves of condemnation slammed into me, but I could not have cared less. I stood there as if it had nothing to do with me at all. Daisy cried even harder. Mrs. Cole, it was obviously Lucas. Why are you refusing to admit it? I am only 18. How am I supposed to face people in the future? How am I supposed to live after this? She sobbed as she pounded her fists against her own head, her despair so raw that many people in the courtroom could not help but redden around the eyes. Fiona was heartbroken beyond measure. She pointed at my face and cursed. Mrs. Cole, you are a parent too. How can you be this cold-blooded? If the victim today were your daughter, could you still be this indifferent? I sneered. My son is being framed. What is wrong with me defending my own child? I knew very clearly that Lucas could never have done something so absurd. Nevertheless, in their eyes, I was nothing more than someone desperately making excuses. The murmurs from the jury gallery grew louder and louder. The courtroom instantly descended into chaos. The judge frowned and struck the gavel. Order. Since both sides are holding to their own accounts, each party will now present their evidence. As soon as the words fell, Daisy's lawyer, Rachel Whitman, immediately stood up and spoke with righteous indignation. Your Honor, we have sufficient evidence to prove that the defendant, Lucas Cole, committed assault against my client, Daisy Harper. She gestured for Daisy to speak and recount what had happened that night. Daisy took a deep breath. Her voice trembled as she began describing the so-called events of the crime. That night, around 10 o'clock, I was heading home from my tutoring class. The elevator in that building happened to be broken.